So it's an absolutely beautiful morning here in South Georgia, about 4 a.m. The baby likes it when we start off early like this because that means she gets to eat breakfast first. I didn't eat, but she knows whoever wakes up first feeds her. That's the rules. Just did a gate drop just a few minutes ago, literally like 10 minutes ago. We trapped a group of 23 out of this system a couple weeks ago. We knew this other group was in there, so we had to be strategic about taking that group out and not educating this other group. So a fast response time. On this group here, probably for about a week now, we've been trying to take them. The other night, we actually left the truck and trailer loaded up, all of our gear loaded up. And if you want to jinx a gate drop, just do that. And it didn't work. So at daylight, I got up, put everything away because I like everything to be put away. I don't like crap laying all over the place. So getting ready to load up the Tacoma. Already got the Recon on a trailer and headed that way. I think Zeb might be going with me, but I'm not sure. I've been sick, really sick for about a week now. Actually got some real medicine yesterday. So I think I'm starting to mend up. I was on the mend, but I kept relapsing because we've been trapping a lot of hogs because it's post-steer season. Literally almost every night we're taking groups out with 23 systems up. This group don't anticipate a whole lot of problems. Got some pretty unfriendly hogs in there just by what we're seeing on camera. Now the cool part about this gate drop for us is a few weeks ago we tested a camera called RealLink. Didn't like it, sent it back. Now we have tested out a camera called Anywhere Cam, based out of Colorado. Seems to be a small business, US based customer service, which is what we want. Nothing against anywhere else, but if you have an electronic device that's in the woods, and whether you're uneducated or educated or whatever, you need to be able to speak to someone that you understand that can help you get this camera to work, because some of us are getting up there in age, some of us are not very technically advanced, and we need this crap to work. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not as simple as a rifle. Most of us think of everything like a rifle, at least I do, but electronics is different. So Anywhere Cam, we put the camera up and it was bad to the bone because it's got a swivel head on it. So we ran 3 cameras on the system. Normally for us it's 2. Got a camera here watching the inside of the trap, and we got our outside camera. If you follow the channel, you know that. The Anywhere Cam, we just put it on a tree and said, hey, let's just see what it'll do. And 2 a.m. this morning, I'm watching this group. I've been watching for several hours now, and I like swivel out, look around the trap. Hey, what's going on out here? What do we got going on? Oh, it was cool. I mean, like so cool. And you're like, you have no life. Well, I'm a hog trapper. I guess I got no life, but I want to make sure that we get the whole group and we're like looking for anything that just doesn't fit like it's been fitting. So far, thumbs up, Anywhere Cam, no joke. The lag time was not bad for live video when you're, we'll plug in a couple videos of that. And we didn't have it on during the gate drop because once they all came back in that second time, which was about an hour and a half later, I knew that we only had a second or two to flip the magic switch. And I was like, I don't have time to go over to another app and open up. I ain't got time for all that. And if we were like focusing on content for you guys out there in TV land, we'd be doing that. I'm sorry. I've said it since the beginning. It's always about the customer. This is about trapping hogs. If we can throw you a couple videos, great. If not, have a nice day. We don't make a dime off the videos. So why are we doing it? Because we want to educate people to entrap intelligently. Enough said, we got to roll. We just did maintenance on the system. They've actually gotten used to my human scent. It's kind of cool. I can go there like every other day, pour out a couple bags of corn. They're like, we don't care. That's a trapper guy. He's not a threat. Well, they were wrong. Hang on. So we're here on property, kind of easing back. I don't know, logging road, I guess is what you'd call it. I am running solo. I went back in the house and tried to get Zebby up. He was up and he went back to sleep. It's hard, I get it. But after 30 years of my job, you kind of get used to when the phone rings, just get your butt out of bed and you got to roll fast. And he's like, man, I said, nah, I'm good. I mean, because I want to get up here quick. We still have hogs on the property, and that's the problem. The last 2 years on this property, post-deer season, we've had a tremendous amount of hogs. We really don't know why. Deer season ends, and we get hammered. Last year, not of this trap, the other trap on the property, we trapped around 150 hogs in like 5 months. Same trap, never moved it. And same thing with this trap here, different location, but on the same property, we're getting hammered again, and we don't know why. But we want to get up here quick, quick response time. Once we get there, we're golden. Make noise, I don't care. Play music, do whatever you want. It's just you don't want anything going up to that trap. And seeing that gate down and seeing them hogs in there, and then they're gonna go, this was a bad idea, Chief. I'm not doing this. And so that's the importance of a quick response time. Get in there, run that thermal, scan it. So if we do see anything outside of the gate, our group is in there. That's the group that we've been looking at. But again, we've got these floater loner boars. We've got a sow who had 6 piglets, but now we're seeing 4 piglets. We don't know what's up with that. And and again, it's like a broken record, but people who think you're going to buy this small hog trap and it's just going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm sorry, I think you lost your mind or you just don't know any better. But you've got to have a large enclosure because these fellas can't get along. I mean, you're shoving them in a small area going, hey, eat this corn and all get along and happy. And literally the last couple of weeks, that's all we're doing. It's just trying to get them to chill out and go, hey, the food's consistent. We can get in here and get along and be happy. And we don't have to get nasty with each other. But man, they can't help it because they ain't got no manners. So enough about that crap. I'm not on gummy bears, but they did put me on a steroid yesterday. So that's probably like a gummy bear to me. So I did get kind of cranked up talking about the different cameras and stuff, but I promise I'm not eating any gummy bears. I'm not a gummy bear guy. So we're going to shut it down and we're going to hump it in probably about a quarter mile. It's almost 5 a.m. now, so we've got plenty of time before daylight and start running these outside cameras. Once I park the truck, get all my gear on, we'll check this new anywhere cam. We'll check the outside Jagger Pro cam. Don't care about the inside camera now. It's out of the picture. We don't care about what's in the trap. We care about what may be outside that trap. Hopefully nothing, but as many hogs that are migrating through here right now, it is a possibility. And that's why I couldn't wait on Zebby. But I probably wish I would have waited on him when we start dragging. All right, hang on. So we're here at the trap. We've been here for about 30 minutes. The trap is right below me, about 50 yards. Wind is perfect. We picked up a heat signature below the trap. To the right, about 75 yards away, through the pine sure what it was. So we're being really careful. And just kind of scanning, just waiting. So we'll keep you posted. All right, so we did confirm it was a hawk. Been sitting here, standing here on the shooting sticks for 20 minutes, waiting for it to stand up. It was bedded down. Contact made. Ran down deeper into the woods. We're gonna go ahead and work our way down to the trail. So the hogs know we're here. They know something's here. Yeah, and I'm jacked up on gummy bears now. All right, here we go. They still ain't hitting any panels yet, but they're about to. Nice and calm. It's fixing to get stupid and dusty. There we go. Approaching to the gate side. Nice and calm. This is good. I think that shot kind of freaked him out. Let me get a flashlight out. Changed. Hey, fellas. God dang. Hey, buddies. You're kind of jacking my stuff up. Yeah. A lot of boars in this group. All right, we're fixing to get busy. So I do not like the way a couple of them are acting. We'll get back to you. All right, so let's bring you up to speed. So basically when I started to come down the hill, so basically you kind of walk down this logging road, walk down another logging road. Wind was perfect. I'm at the gate right now, so the wind was blowing this direction. Got up there at the top of the hill, started scanning the property down here. It's planted pines, kind of thinned out, a lot of burning here, not much underbrush. Below the trap goes into another tract of land that we have permission to be on, pretty thick. And that's actually where the hogs come from. There's a swamp down there. We got a camera down there. Picked up a heat signature, and I was like, yeah, it was like I could see the back, and we say this all the time, train the boys in this, you got to see the points of the ears, you got to see the squiggly tail. Odds of a deer being this close to a trap that's down, gate down, highly unlikely. But you got to know your target. So kept watching, then I lost it. I was like, I don't know where it went. So I moved around, finally got back on it. There it is. And it, that pig or the hog sat up. You could see the ears, but then laid back down. So I just stayed on it, but my battery, I don't have rechargeable batteries in my old 10-year-old Pulsar that I love that's held together with Gorilla Tape. It uses CR123s. I keep spares in my pocket. I've actually got a holder in the buttstock that holds them too, but I didn't really want to do a battery exchange. So my light's blinking. I'm like going, crap, I'm running out of time, And finally the hog stands up. But when it stands up, it turns and has its butt directly to me. Got to do what you got to do. So the hog ran that direction. I could actually see blood with the thermal. So, we're going to go over there. Left the thermal right there, so I kind of know the direction where it's at. But went ahead and came down here to the trap. Now, why did I not give you much footage of the hogs in the trap is because these are hurricane hogs. And what I call hurricane hogs. They were calm. They were really crazy when the gate dropped. And if we were that kind of a company, we would show you the crazy gate drop. It was all, videotaped. I'm not showing that crap. I mean, we know these panels are tough. So why do we need to push that out to the world? But when you walk up to a trap like this, the shot kind of threw him for a loop. 308 suppressed, but it threw him for a loop. and they're just kind of like going, I don't, and I know what's fixing to happen is one of them. And that's the thing is while I was watching the trap, I never could figure out who the big bad one was. A lot of boars in this group. That's why we had so many social issues. And I knew that any minute, one of them would go, you know what, it's bad. And it would explode in here. And I was like, okay, as soon as I shut the phone or camera off, I started looking and I was like, all right, I got to pick out who looks like is the main problem child. Pick that one out. And it got a little ugly for a little bit, but it all worked out. So, seriously, on a group like this with a lot of boars, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of testosterone, please, please, please make sure before you go into the enclosure that everybody is done. They're not kind of laying there, you know, look for breathing, look for all of it. Just a mistake I made once. Anyway, so we're going to buzz you in and making a lot of noise now. It's 6 o'clock. And so we, you know, we're pretty confident nothing else is going to come up here, but we're going to make a lot of noise so nothing does decide to come up here. And then we'll start the fun part, the drag. All right, so we're going to go left to right. This hog here is prehistoric boar is what the barber called him. She's very fascinated by him. Very old hog. Significant cutters. Big mud hole down there. So that's a boar, clearly. And you got another boar, up and coming young boar. And he's actually got some pretty decent cutters on him too. Now, this gets over here to a little bit of a hot mess. This here is a very big sow. Looks like she is pregnant. And then we've got another boar here whose head is buried in here and I can't really see the cutters. And I don't have any gloves on. And if you're new to the channel, I can't touch hogs because I have alpha-gal syndrome. Research that. So that is another really decent sized boar, spotted boar, some broke off cutters. Okay. And then we got another sow who definitely is pregnant. Another young boar. Halfway decent cutters on them. Another boar. Fairly decent cutters. Another boar. Pretty good cutters. Another boar. Another boar with some older cutters. It's an old boar there. And this other little spotted boar. So, failed college algebra twice. Let's see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our group had run from 9 to 12 all the time, but never maxed out past 12. And it's been a long, you can just see the amount of like beat down in here that it's just been going through. So running by the trap real quick, probably don't care about that part, is not the newest gate, not the oldest gate, but probably our favorite Jager Pro gate. Running an ice camera right there. Running a Jager Pro live video camera here. Good cell service here. So we've got our ammo can set up. Not a lot of squirrel issues, knock on wood here. So we do have a bare wire exposed, which we're not big on wires. And 3-leg on-time feeder. Did a video on this. Roof cement kind of keeps the squirrels from, you know, sitting on that corner right there and chewing on that. And so it's got our varmint guard system. And there you go. So if I'm yelling, I really can't hear out of this ear because it's so full of fluid from this plague that I got. So my apologies. Anyway, so now we're going to head that direction and start doing a little scouting for that hog that was bedded down. And you'll see that a lot. You know, if you drop a gate, you know, and you're not scanning or whatever, but we've seen that in the past where a hog would just literally bed down somewhere close to the trap. And seriously, if you do thermal work like we do, you come into a trap, you're scanning, you're looking, you're doing all that, scan around. And I'm not saying because some hog's going to come attack you. I see that crap on TV. It drives me nuts. No, just scan behind you because you don't know if they're migrating through or they caught a wind of something and they go behind. You know, we've done other videos where I'm scanning a trap and there's a hog right behind me. Not trying to attack me. He just was like, hey, I'm going to cut through here. Didn't know human being man was there, you know? And so routinely when I'm on the sticks, as I call it, I'll 360 it. Even though the wind was blowing that direction, which is towards the gate, you know, I'm scanning over there. I'm scanning all the way around. Why not? And then take your time. And this is like a proven point that, you know, you can know your group, but if you know you have other hogs on their property, we've literally been watching this group for over a month. And then I think it was 2 weeks ago today, we took out 23 and came in here quick because we didn't want these guys to get educated. These guys came back in the next night. So the poop, the pee, and all the stuff people talk about, it's human scent that freaks these guys out, that makes them not want to come use the same trap. And you didn't get there quick enough. And then they walked up to a shut down gate and they see all their buddies or their cousins or their relatives or the guys they really don't get along with. And they're like, hell, I'm out of here. Have a nice day. You know, we run the same systems. Right now we're at 23 in 2 states, same systems, same locations, and routinely are hammering hogs. But it's a proactive approach. This stuff runs 365, 7 days a year. You know, maintenance is once a month. Enough about that. I'm really curious to go look. I know it was a good shot, or the best shot that I could get with what I had to work with, because the hill kind of drops. So I was like, if I don't take this shot, I'm not going to have the shot. And go scout that out for a little bit. I'm not going to kill myself at it, and it's going to take me a month of Sundays to get all these big heifers, big fellas and girls, drug out of here. So it's going to be a long morning. But one way to get rid of a sickness is to sweat it out, and thank God it's finally warm here in South Georgia, so hang on. All right, so it is about 7:30. I really wish I could hear out of this ear. It actually wasn't that way until I got up there on the thermal. And I mean, it's not anything to do with the thermal. It was right then that I was like, man, I don't think I can hear out of this ear. All right, so we got them lined up. Takes a long time to do this. Highly recommend. You know, most of our trailers have winches on them, 12-volt winches. All the four-wheelers, gators, everything's got winches. Trucks got winches. Winches. It works, straps and winches. You know, you can drag these things, but it gets old. And you don't want to get injured. I've had a double hernia surgery from picking up a dead hog, so it's not the way to go. So if you can winch or drag or strap, that's like we like this little Honda Recon, not an advertisement for them, but it's a little 250, sneaks around on this trap. You can actually go under the gate with it. You just got to duck. So let me buzz you around and show you what we got. They look good. I still have not walked over there and scouted. I'm not worried about it. This is the priority. We had music going, plenty of noise, you know, make sure no hogs. But hogs don't come to this trap in the daytime, but it gets hammered all night long. So this will be kind of cool. This is 2 groups out of it. We're going to see what kind of a adjustment that makes to the property. So hang on. It does take a long time to line them up like that. We're not trying to advertise our business. We got plenty of business. We actually turn down work. It's just really more for the landowner. You know, they pay us. This way they can kind of see what they got. So again, we got a boar up here in the front. That was our smallest boar, second boar. How do we line up hogs? Basically, really, it's like whichever is the biggest one, we work off of that. So he was the biggest, the prehistoric hog that the barber is obsessed with. She's like, I really want to see him in person. Well, good luck. You're in Pennsylvania. But yeah, so big boar, big cutters, like I said earlier. Another boar, big sow, pregnant, I can promise you. Another boar, another like prehistoric soon-to-be boar, another boar, and another sow, and another boar. Heavy on the boars. Big time heavy on the boars. We're going to have to make some adjustments to the trap. They gave it a run for its money. That's why we like the Jagger Pro. It flexes. Just going to have to push some panels around a little bit, but that's why we like a trap with, you know, connecting rods. So we want flexibility. We don't want a solid wall. Didn't do any damage to the gate, even though they put on one hell of a show when we dropped. So once you really start to understand the migratory nature of hogs, which is just off the charts migratory, Your biologists, your researchers, all those people get it. I don't think the average person really gets how migratory they are. This is not only a good hit for our landowner, this is a good hit for this county. This many boars in one group. Boars are always slick. They run solo. We've trapped large groups of boars like this before, but major hit. So you've got 12 hogs, 10 boars, 2 sows. College algebra right there. So really, for all these adjoining landowners, this is a hit for them. And if we could get more landowners to work together, that would be like awesome. Because really, these hogs aren't just this guy's land, it's all the people around here. I mean, these guys will go 1 mile in one night and don't even think about it. Why are they coming here? Because we're running an on-time feeder, throwing corn out twice a day, and we've actually been supplementing this trap about every 3 days. I'm coming in here with anywhere from 100 to 150 pounds of corn and pouring it out, because we were just trying to get them stabilized to where they would kind of go, okay, we don't need to fight over the food. You know, the food is here, let's try to get along. And it was still tough because, again, you want a sense of urgency. You want them to run in and go, hey, there's not much left, we all got to get in there really quick. But they would run in to do that and fight like hell. So and it's a strategy, and everybody's got their own strategies and theories. But again, we add a little extra corn and they go, well, okay. And so the pattern was they would start in the evening around 10 o'clock, a couple of these guys. And then around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., they all started to come in because daylight's coming. And they're like, okay. So literally last night, I got up at like 2 a.m. The barber was watching till 2 a.m. We kind of knew nothing was going to happen. And then, you know, it was like 4 a.m. or something like that when I dropped, a little before that. While we're doing all this, we've got 2 other systems and 2 other counties that we're actually watching. So it's kind of like a priority list. We look at it and we go, hey, you know, who's up? Who are we going to drop on? This is a very, very stable property for us. Not much issues with dogs, hog dog people, because it's a decent sized track. No immediate access to like open crop fields, so somebody can drive by with a thermal and go, hey, I think I'll just shoot a couple of hogs. So that makes it a stable property for us. So we can kind of take our time. One of our other systems is extremely unstable right now. It's a group of 23. We've only got 20 that'll come in. 3 are hanging out. They don't want to come in. They're trap shy. They've been educated. It's not a social issue. It's an education thing. And there is road frontage exposure to it. Don't like it. It's kind of a temporary setup. And the other one that's in another county is in a track that it's not a lot of woods and a lot of crop fields. And we've had issues with guys coming in and trespassing, doing thermal work. And so, but these were the guys that cooperated for us. So I'm going to shut up, start the other part of this process, which is, you know, transporting out. And then we'll put boots on the ground and go look for, you know, the other hog. If we don't find it, I'm good with it. Like I said, the shot was good. It wasn't the kind of shot I want to make, but I've had to do it. I've had to do that before. I could actually see blood on the side. The heat was coming off on the thermal, you know, as it was running. I could see that blood coming down. So I was like, yeah, we're good. But the main thing is just trying to figure out where I was at. I marked it where my sticks was at, and I know it was back over in that direction. So got to get to work. So we're down here actually below the trap on the neighbor's property we have permission to be on. So the trap is roughly... Sorry, look at all the buzzards. Their trap is probably, I don't know, 600 to 1,000 yards that way. I think we've already done a video on this. The hogs typically come further back into the property from there, really thick. I mean, you can't hardly walk through there. It's wet, you can't burn it. Nobody's growing pines, it's just junk. They come up through here, boom, go right up to the trap. We did look for the hog that I shot, you know, early this morning. Didn't look real hard because honestly, I really don't want to be doing a whole lot on this property or our landowner's property right now, simply because we got other hogs in here. So we're trying to reduce the amount of human scent. Confident the shot was good, but we talked about this also in other videos. You know, you'll see these programs that they have out there and they're like, oh, we killed 20 hogs or 50 hogs or whatever. You know, we only count what we can see. That's what counts. And so, you know, unless I stumble up on the way out of here, today was 12. That's what's being pushed to the landowner, not 13. Am I confident it's 13? I'm very confident it's 13, but I can't take a picture of it, so it doesn't count. But we're gonna buzz on out of here. Really good hog habitat here. Simple. There's a Jaeger Pro ice camera right here, mounted to a tree. We don't like tree mounts. Talk about that all the time. But so far so good. We're doing okay with the squirrels and the ants. $15 a month, cheap, and it's great intel. As soon as we start seeing hogs on this camera, typically we know it's trap time. They're getting towards the trap. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Excuse my throat and ear and everything else. Really getting tired. It's been a really long night. It's 9:30 in the morning. Time I get home and do all my stuff, it'll be noon and I'll be going to bed. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Really, really, really good hit today for 12 hogs, 10 boars, nice big boars except for that one. He was kind of on the small side. And then 2 big pregnant sows. I mean, this is what we do. I mean, we love it. And this is a good hit for, like I said, for this county. This is a good hit for them. So y'all have a great day. Appreciate the support. Give us feedback. And we got 2 we're looking at tonight to drop in 2 different counties, not even in this county. And so fingers crossed, got to get home, get some rest. Spread the love, not the hate.